that's okay. So are you okay?
Yes, fine.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So close family, your mom, youngest sibling. What about your dad? Are you close with your dad at all?
Yes?
Okay, so you're close with your dad too. Does your dad cook?
No.
No?
No, not so much. No,
Okay.
the women are the,
Would it be acceptable to say that you come from a patriarchal or male-dominated society? Yes, or
yeah.
yeah, okay. The great thing is, you know, do you know much about Hmong people?
No.
Okay, well, I'm Hmong, and Hmong people are a small migrant tribe who don't have a land of their own. And our ancestors came from China, and so when China grew and their imperial kingdom grew, we were forced out, so we lost our land. Our written language was taken from us, and so we became refugees for centuries. And so our people had to move down to Southeast Asia, like Thailand and Laos and Vietnam. So there was a lot of persecution. There was a lot of genocide. We were such a small group of people with not a lot of ammunition. Language wasn't with us. And Hmong means free. And so part of our culture is to live freely, but also escape diaspora and genocide. So as you're talking about, you know, patriarchy, and you're talking about some of these, it just brings back my personal history as a Hmong woman. My grandmother herself, single mom, all her husbands died in the war, during the Vietnam War. She herself, homemaker, raised 4 children by herself, crossed the Mekong River by herself, came to Thailand as a refugee, and came to the United States. And so the narrative of being an immigrant, the narrative of being a daughter, a woman, from a community that is very patriarchal, and then you come to America, and it's a completely different society. That's another side of me that I don't share with many people. So I can definitely hope that I'm relating in some sense and sharing that narrative with you, because I definitely know how difficult it was growing up Hmong and then not Hmong. So, all right, let's see here. Do you have any questions for me or any concerns? Because I know we're short on time, and so I want to make sure that you have everything that you need. If there's anything that we need to follow up on, we can definitely do that. And I don't want to rush you, but I do want to bring to attention that we have a time box around both of our time. Is there any questions that I can answer for you? Any concerns? No. No? Are you, let me just go back some of the notes here that the other recruiter presented to you with. And I just want to make sure that they're agreed upon, and if you have any questions. So the notes I have here, let's see. The salary that they're making the offer for, and my notes here, is $50,000. Program manager position, $50,000. Benefits are standard benefits, including health insurance, life insurance, dental insurance, a retirement plan, 10 holidays. The 10 holidays includes 1 floating holiday, so that you can use for yourself, and then an additional 15 vacation days. And so if you want to use that floating holiday, all we ask is for writing in advance to your manager, and just saying like, oh, I'm going to take a trip, or I'm going to I'm going to visit my mom over the weekend, or my mom's coming to visit me, I'm going to take some time off. So there's that. So with the salary of $50,000, before I move forward, is that an acceptable salary for you? Do you have any questions or concerns about this range or the salary?
I was definitely looking for above 50,000, maybe 53,000.
53,000. Let me check my
And
notes.
$1.
53,000 and $1. Was this a conversation that you had with the recruiter before me, or is this something that you are comfortable with? Because I want to make sure you're comfortable too, that we're not making assumptions on our end.
I feel like with the
Oh, I'm sorry.
with the skills that I'm gonna be bringing as a computer programmer, finishing up my MBA, that the standard salary would be okay for someone who didn't have, those skills, but just, I feel like I am a little bit more experienced and knowledgeable in this area and more up to date with the current technological advances.
Okay.
Not some of the older programs, but more up to date and up to speed with the newer programs. So I do think that $53,001 would be acceptable to me.
Perfect. So let me just make sure that I heard you correctly. So you're asking for $53,001, and I'm really happy to hear that you gave me those points that you talked about, because this was not in your portfolio. So you're doing your MBA. It's reflective of the breadth of knowledge that you have. You have more experience. You're more up to date with the current technology, which is something we obviously want. So I didn't have that, so thank you for that. Let me just make a note here. I'm gonna definitely make a note here. Let me go through the rest of this, and then we'll come back to the salary if that's okay with you.
Sure.
Okay. We talked a little bit about the days off, the standard benefits. Are the benefits okay with you?
The standard benefits are okay, but
Okay.
I would want 2 additional floating days, if that's possible.
So a total of 3 floating
A
days?
total of 3 floating.
Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna keep making notes and we're gonna work through them all together, okay? Perfect. So what I heard is 3 floating days. Can you share with me a little bit more about, because that's not normal for our company, and we usually don't make exceptions beyond 1, because we want to treat all our employees very fairly. So can you share with me a little bit more about your reasoning for why 3 days instead of the 1?
There are some days that are very special and specific to me, and then also to my country. So I would need those days to be able to celebrate those events.
Okay. Would it be possible if, because this is a salary position, so you don't have to clock in the whole, 40 hours a week, would you be open to the possibility of working from home and having the opportunity to have some flexible hours and maybe logging, 10 hours a day and then having that Friday off as a potential floating holiday in a sense, where you come in 4 days a week versus all 5. So then that gives you a whole day to schedule around the cultural or country or family needs. Would that be acceptable?
So you and I just talked about your culture, and we kind of talked about my culture. So I know that probably in your culture there are holidays that you celebrate that you do not celebrate here in the United States or in Newtonia. And I definitely think that these are holidays that are very specific to Newtonia.
I see.
Well, to my country, and I would want to be able to have those days in addition to the days that we get here.
Okay, sure. Yep. And then this is just, as part of my role, asking due diligence questions. So thank you for sharing that. And the 3 days that you mentioned, actually it's just 2 days. Is it 2 or 3?
It would be 2, because I already have 1.
Got it, correct. Okay, that's the clarification, so I'm gonna correct that because I wrote that wrong. Okay, so 2 floating holidays in addition to the 1. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that note there. In Newtonia, are these 2 days back to back or are they separate days?
There'll be 3 separate days.
3 separate days, okay, sounds good. So
Well,
maybe
2 separate days because I already have the 1 day.
Got it. And then, all right, so then we talked a little bit about the salary, the benefits. We'll definitely touch base on that. In terms of the start date, I'm not sure if the other recruiter shared with you, at our organization, we try to hire people on the same day that an orientation would occur. An orientation usually occurs the 1st or the 3rd Monday of a month. Would that be possible, the 1st or 3rd Monday of a month for you?
So,
Sorry.
how about if go to the new hire orientation that Friday, but I would be able to meet and get set up on everything that Friday.
Do you mean like go to the orientation on Monday and then set up on Friday?
No, go to the orientation the Friday before the Monday of the orientation.
Unfortunately, our orientations only occur on Monday. That's the major crux, and that's beyond my power. And so we can certainly have, talk about having you start on a Friday, but then have you come in Monday for an orientation.
Yes.
Would that make?
Mhm.
Let me jot that down here. Make sure. And so Monday is non-negotiable. I just want to make sure I'm asking the right questions here.
So, for orientation, Monday is perfectly fine.
Okay.
As long as I get to start the previous Friday before.
Okay. And may I ask, is there a certain preference why Friday? Because that's, because it doesn't, because it'll and I only share this because I work on payroll. Starting on a Friday, you'll have like an odd payroll process. And so I just want to make sure that, is there a reason why you prefer to start on a Friday?
Friday is a very special day in my culture.
Oh, is it? Can you share with me more?
It's a good luck day for my culture. So
Oh!
if I start my new job on a Friday, then it means that I have,
Prosperity.
yes.
I got you. We have a very similar concept in the home culture as well. So
Okay.
I definitely understand.
I'm so happy I got you since you seem to understand so well what
Ah.
goes on in my culture.
No, that's great. Okay, so that makes sense. So let's just go backwards then, since we're here. So we are excited to have you start on Friday, and then we'll make sure to note that having you set up technology, all of the onboarding that we need to do to have you there, and then on Monday we'll have you do the orientation. That's okay. Okay, so that I'm gonna put a big yes to that. And I'm glad to hear that a Friday is a prosperous day for you. So we definitely want to make sure that our employees are included and welcomed in our organization. And please, continue to share if there's other things that you have, cultural needs for. We definitely want to welcome that here. And as HR director, I definitely want to make sure that you're comfortable here as well.
Yes.
So, in terms of the benefits, we talked about the 2 days for the floating holiday, correct?
Yes.
Double check here. Would it be for the 2 floating holidays? The one thing I will ask for is if you're going to take those days off to have writing in advance to your manager. Would that be possible?
That is fine.
Okay. Then you know what? Let's just make those 2 days part of your package.
Oh, thank you.
So we'll do 10 holidays for you, American holidays, and then we'll do 15 vacation days,
Okay.
and the 2 days for you as well,
Yes.
to make sure that we compensate this, because we definitely want to have you here at our organization. And then for the salary, let me repeat it again, $53,001,
Yes.
correct? Okay. You talked about your MBA, your salary. I absolutely love talking with you. I think you bring a really great perspective that is uncommon to the organization. As your HR director, I will advocate for you, and I will make $53,001 work.
Well, thank
Is that
you
okay?
so much.
Oh, perfect. So let's get this drafted for the salary, benefits, and start date. We're so excited to have you.
And I'm so excited to be here.
Good. And make sure you tell your mom.
I will tell my mom and I'll tell my dad and my brother as well.
Oh,
Just so
good.
excited.
All right, well, good luck to you on Friday. If you have any questions, make sure you reach out to me. Any concerns, let me know. We'll get this drafted, knowing that this is all agreed upon. And you'll be getting that in an email very soon.
Thank you so much.
All right, Tiffany, thank you so much. Okay, and scene.
Done. Oh my gosh.
You totally